Alright, so let's start this over. Alright, so this is the video where I'm going to show you how to use the 36 die tool. So I've shown you, this is the single die tool. If you just bought the regular set and the stickers, this is what it comes with. You take a die and you put it on and you peel a sticker, and that helps you line up the center. To go a little faster, I have made this, which is basically 36 of these in a row. And you load this up with dice, you clamshell it together, and then you start laying stickers. So to be perfectly honest, I have now done this twice. The first time I went through and did this, I recorded a video, it didn't work. And I did all the red dice. I mean, this is me doing all of my dice. My personal dice for this. So I've got red dice that I did. And that one went perfectly. I was super careful, I was super meticulous. I went through... Everything worked. I did all the red dice and the gray dice. And then I got cocky, and after the thing went off, after the camera went off, I did the blue dice. And so I put the blue dice on and royally screwed it up. So like if you, I don't know how close you have to get, but basically I put some of these sides on wrong the second time because I wasn't careful enough, because I was cocky, because I'd already done it once right, and ended up having to use my little tweezers, which apparently I have set aside somewhere. Had to use my little tweezers to peel these stickers off, and once they're stuck, these stickers really stick. So first of all, these stickers really stick. You're going to get them on and they're going to be stuck for a good long while. I pulled them off immediately and they were still difficult to get off, and so I may go back and fix them eventually, but if I look at these dice, it's a reminder of screwing up. All the, excuse me, I don't know if you see the corner, but it's all like kind of crumpled a little bit right there. So if you're going to use the 36 dies, be careful whatever you use. If you're going to use this 36 die thing, you be real careful, because you can really screw it up, and then it's a lot more work for yourself. So the ones that I have left are the yellow dice. So I decided that that's what I'm going to use my 36 die tool for. Alright, so you just load your dice up. I do it at a color at a time. You can do it whatever makes sense to you. And so you can do hero or villain or neutral or whatever you want to do in whatever order. And so there's only 31 yellow dice. I'm not going to use every single one of these holes, but it's there if you need it, if you want to just do however you choose to do it. I'm doing a color at a time. Load them up. So that is 24. Empty in this little box I have that's off camera here. 1, 2. Alright, there we go. So now we've got, this is going to make 30 and 30, once I get them in, 31. So that's it. Those are my 31 dice. Look at them, give them a little, they look pretty clean. So now you just, this is the other side. It's exactly the same as the bottom. You set it in, and now you have 36 little holes to do it. And this is going to look upside down to you, but I have to do it this way because I need it to be right side up for me. All right, so you're going to have, these are your sheets. Yeah, this is it. You can see I've already done the blues. I've already done the reds. You can see the outline color. I've still got the yellows to do. And you've got, if you look at the die, so each one of these rows, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of a blue die. And then this is the red die, and this is another red die, and it goes all the way down. So these are all side ones for all of these. And this is one die that's yellow. And then now I start over here, and I have, this is one yellow, and this is one, the same one yellow, and then one yellow, and one yellow. So this is side one, side one, side one, side one. And so it's kind of, not kind of, it's a little tricky, because I'm going to go through, and I'm going to take these side ones, so start here, start here, start here, start here, start here, and do that, and that's what I'm going to stick. So this is all going to be, I mean, you can start with whatever you want, but why not start with side one? So I've got all my villain stickers here. I'm working with ones that have a couple of miscuts on them. I don't want to send these out to customers, so I've got some miscuts that I'm not going to use. I've got replacements for those printed upstairs. And then I've got, these are all my hero stickers, and then I've got there's 2 dice for neutral. We're just going to run through them. So the The stickering part is not that exciting. Pick a direction and go. So we're going to start with side one. These are, you can use the tweezers, or if you get good at it, you can do it. So you just kind of pick whatever you're going to start with. I like doing it this way because it's easier for me to line up this line. And I'm going to stick it, and it goes right in there. It's easy for me to get that line straight. And I'm going to put a little bit of pressure down to try and hold everything in place. So you can see it rocks a little bit. You just want to hold it while you're putting your sticker in, so it's not. And now, here we go. We'll start stickering. Start taking side one. And this is going to get a little tedious and boring. The one I recorded that I didn't get to use because the mic cut out. I was using a different mic. I don't know, it got kind of loopy anyway. Alright, so now we're moving to the next one. And that's side one. So we're taking all the side ones. We're just going to go right down the row. The red was a little shorter. So now I'm going to go to this one here. This is side one. I wonder if I can speed this up somehow when you watch it. Ooh. There you go. It's always going to be some corner that's off, and then you kind of peel it around. So this is the Haxon Brood Droid, and there's a, I believe that's who it is. No, that's Bing. That's Bing. I haven't played a lot of these yellow cards yet. Oh man, I've had a bunch of fun playing with these cards though. We played, I just got back tonight from playing. What did I play tonight? I didn't play any of the new cards tonight, but some of the people did. I saw a Mirren deck that looked fun. She wrecked me. He had a hero deck with curses in it. And I played IG-88 and some Jawas. And he managed to get... Shoot, I'm blanking on it. It's the curse that lets you resolve a character's dice. I only have one character that has dice, and they're huge dice. And so he was resolving just the best one. And it was very frustrating. I won a bunch before that, though. Alright, so I'm doing... You can have up to 4 Haxon Brood Droid dice, because they're a non-unique character, but they can be elite. And so it's, I think it's like 12 and 15 are the points. So you're only going to get 2 cards when you get the cards from me, because you can't use more than 2 cards. But you are going to get 4 stickers worth of 4 dice. Yeah. 4 dice worth of stickers. I think that's how the right I said. And we're just running through, doing side one. There's not a lot of interestingness that's going on here. I'm going to try and speed this part up. Who knows if I'll keep the audio, but just going through all the side ones. And you got to pick a pattern. Like you don't have to follow my pattern. I'm just doing it like I read. So top to bottom, left to right, top to bottom. I'm sure that's how most people will do it. You can do whatever you want. You just have to be consistent. And the dice are going to come out. As long as you're consistent and put the stickers on correctly, the dice are going to come out. You don't care 6 months from now. You don't care that this one is the Bing and this one is Politic. All right, so we finished these. Now we're going to move. That's all the villains. So we're going to go to the next page. We're going to go do the heroes. And there's a lot of these. So we've got all the heroes, all in the Grease, Boba Frick, Grease, Rebel Partisan. I am very interested in the Rebel Partisan story, the Cavern Angels. I just finished the book Alphabet Squadron last night. I found out one of the characters in that was, I won't give away too much away, but they're involved with the Solos gang. I thought it was pretty cool, pretty neat. It's pretty interesting. Just running down. Running down the side. Come on, Grease. There we go. Gotta find the right side. Now these aren't, you're not going to get entirely perfect. I couldn't come up with a good way to line the twistiness of them up. You just have to eyeball it. Anything I did to help align that was going to make it the circle not round, so I decided that was more important than having an actual round circle. The side was more important than any twisting it left and right. It was going to be. Just eyeball it and get close. Starting to cruise our way through here. And once I get to the end of this, I'll show you where I screwed up last time. It caused myself so much headache. Well, it's cut. Ooh, this one does not want to come off. There we go. Such a finely tuned cutting machine. I've got those settings so precise. I did a lot of testing to get it to where it'll cut these stickers without cutting all the way through. So it's pretty pleased with what I've got dialed in on these cutting machines. There we go. Now I'm gonna start up here. Right? Yeah. I'm gonna keep everything together. So in these sheets, the way you can do it this one next if you want to. You can do this one next if you want to. But in the sheets, I did all the numbers, like, because this is one die and one die goes onto the next sheet. I moved that. The number on this one is 60, and I've got 58, 59, and 60. If that made sense. I hope that makes sense. Maybe it doesn't. So we're gonna start getting there. Let's see, which one is this one? This is the pistol, but I don't remember the details of the pistol. So you just start filling in the holes. So I made multiple mistakes actually when I did this the first time. Well, not the first time. The first time I did it perfectly because I was paranoid as fuck. But the second time, when I was, oh, I got this, I've done this, I know what I'm doing, that was when I made several mistakes. So let me, oop, see, I almost, no wait, that's right. Alright, cool. Causing myself to worry here. Alright, there we go. So now we're done with that page. Let's grab the last page. Where are all my yellows? Well, I think I have 31 if I don't have 31. Oh, because I've already done 2 of them. Alright. Ha! I had to build some of these for a deck. That's right. So I'm only doing 29 here. You're going to have 2 more. So yeah, I had the Pitar, this thing. The one that's all the blue sides that you can resolve if they if it's on a yellow character, as if they're not blue. Excuse me, I played that in a deck last weekend, and so I did that one I did that one manually with the single die at that time. So I forgot about that, even though I played with that card tonight. So I'm an idiot, forgetful. So I'm only doing 29. You're gonna have 30. Assuming you're doing it, all of these at once, and you haven't been like, oh, I gotta play with this one. I'm doing this one first. You're gonna have this one and this one. I'm not gonna have those because I've already done that one manually. They're all manual. I've already done that one individually. So I'm gonna stick this down. All right. So now I've done this side. It's a little twisty off every once in a while, but that's fine. The first one is over here. So when I flip it, the first one is now going to be on the other side, on your left. So like here, Politic is here. If you follow that die all the way around, now it's on the other side. So once you're doing the back side of these, first of all, that's side 3 because of the way this is side this is side 1, this is side 2, that's side 3, that's side 4, that's side 5, and that's side 6. So I'm going to be jumping from 1 to 3. So that's, do it this way. That's side 1 of Bala-Tik. And then whoop, we go over here. So now this is that Bala-Tik die, and this is, so that's not what I screwed up. I got the first time when I did this with blue, that was the Bala-Tik die when I did it, but I put the picture on backwards because the way they're supposed to be all heads up. So Bala-Tik is looking this way, Bala-Tik is looking this way and this way. And so again, if you do it this way, the head is on your right, and now the head is on your left. So you got to put the stickers on backwards. So you're going to start over here and go this way, and you're going to start with this on the other side. The heads were over there, and now the heads are over there. So let's do that. So now we're going to go, and we're jumping to side 3, remember. Side 2 is over on the side. So we're not doing, so heads are on, you can always pick it up and look. All right, so heads are over here. So let's do the next one. All right, I have avoided the first mistake that I made. Now, once I get done with this one, I'll tell you the next mistake I made, which was much worse. I was prepared to live with having this side upside down until I made the next mistake and was like, ooh, that's not going to work. I have to pull those stickers off and redo it. I got to find a way to speed this up. Just a bunch of quiet air here. I'm going to concentrate on this. Now we're taking the third side. I almost screwed it up. I grabbed the second side. Like a moron. After I said that, for the one right before that, you got to stay focused. I'm having trouble keeping focus. I'm going to check this once I flip it over. Or once I put this in. We're going to check it, make sure I haven't screwed anything up. Alright, so Bala-Tik, Bala-Tik. Bayzeen, Bayzeen. Bing, bing. Alright, we're good. So now we're on the Haxon Brood Droids, but again, we're over here. So put the head in our fingers, tighten it down. This feels a lot like sorting cards. Kind of one of those soothing... I don't know about you guys. I very much get joy, I guess is the right word. I get joy out of the repetitious motions of doing things like sorting cards or counting cards, because that's what we're playing. Counting dice, sorting dice, I don't know. It just makes me soothing. So as you do this, you can kind of get lost into it. Your brain can drift away. Don't drift away too much because you don't want to screw anything up. These stickers turned out so good. They're so, I'm just so pleased with how these are turned out. I'm just ecstatic. I really am. All right. I went and voted today. Today? No, yesterday. Yesterday is when I voted. All right, well, hold on. I'm going to check this real quick. So this is Babu Frick and Babu Frick, and the heads are facing the right way. I voted yesterday. 4 years ago, I took my oldest daughter out of school to go take her with me to vote, because I think it's very important for that not to be a mystery. It's big, and it's powerful, and it's the thing that we do to participate in society. I think it's very important to vote. And so I've always wanted to hold my daughter's hands the first time they went in, show them what it's like. In Texas, we have a booth that has a little computer where you use a little finger dial and you press enter, and just talk them through the process. Like, what are we voting for? What is this thing? Because it's a presidential election this year and everybody's excited about it, but you're not just voting for presidential election. It's pages and pages and pages of judges and all sorts of stuff. And so my reasonings for who I'm choosing and what makes me choose them, and just, yeah. So anyway, that was 4 years ago. I took my oldest daughter, who at the time was 10, because I like to, even though I have two daughters and they're very close in age, I like spending individual one-on-one time with them. I don't want them to just be a pair of people, like treat them as a couple. I want them to know that they're each individually important to me. And so I try to do things with them one-on-one as well. I do things with them together, but I try to do things with them one-on-one as well, so that they know I'm interested in them and not just them as my pair of daughters, because they are very close in age. My daughters are very close in age. All right, let's see. We're getting close. Oop, I pressed that down. We're getting very close to, I can show you my next screw up, my real screw up. I guess I should be thankful I screwed that up. It certainly taught me to be careful. So anyway, this time I took my youngest daughter. I went and got her out of school. So anytime I check my daughter out of school, they've got a book that you've signed. She's in 8th grade, which I've been doing this for several years now. She's in the middle school. They have a book that you sign. It says, my child's name is such and such, and this is the time they're leaving, and then they have to give them a reason that they're leaving. And that just rubs me wrong. This is my child. It doesn't matter the reason. I get the reason that they're asking for the reason, but still, my child, I will get him if I fucking please. So I always make something. I don't pitch a big fit about it while I'm there, but I do make something up. I've taken my daughter, when I was not taking her to a doctor's appointment or something, but I've taken my daughter out of school because the Avengers needed her to help fight something or whatever. This time, you look at the sheet and it's like one sheet for everybody that's gone out all day. And it's doctor's appointment or orthodontist or something like that. This time, mine was Glorious Revolution. I took my 13-year-old out of school for Glorious Revolution. All right. So this is where I screwed up before, and I don't even know the way that I did it. But I ended up with, because what we're gonna do these sides next. I ended up with the sticker from this die on this side, and I did it on both, because you're going to do two at a time. We're about to, I'll show you. You take the, I got to flip it over, so we're on side one. Okay, go back to side one. So I ended up with this sticker that was here, over here, and then the sticker on the opposite side from this die over here. So it was real bad. So what we're going to do, this is side one, this is side two. So we're going to turn all of these dice in place, and get rid of these two dice because I don't need them. I've already done these. We're going to turn all of these dice in place so that this side is face up. But we can't do that. I mean, they're kind of close together. You probably do it a little bit, but I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to take them all out, pay very much attention to keeping them in the proper order, since I royally screwed this up last time. And instead of being like, I don't know, 30-minute process like I'm doing here, it was a multi-hour process to take all the stickers off. Alright, so now we're going to turn them and put them in. And turn them and put them in. And turn them and put them in. All the way down. Don't let your mind wander. You might do something wrong. I've already, sitting here doing this, recording this video just now, I've been caught my mind wandering already. So we are going to side two. and you'll be able to look. What's this? So now that I've got this, now boom, side 2 and side 4, so I can see, make sure that you've got the right sticker. Side 2, that's going to be side 3, side 1 is over here, and that's going to be side 4. So we'll go back to the top. Now we're side 2. Just be very careful and meticulous and make sure you don't ruin this stuff, because it is a pain in the ass to fix. I'm just pulling the stickers. The good part about this, so I've now done several of these with the 36 die tool and several of these with the 1 die tool. The 1 die tool is fine. The 1 die tool will get the job done. It will sit here for a while and work on your stuff, and the 1 die tool is just fine. The 1 die tool, however, the 36 die tool is, I don't know, I'm much happier with it as the tool to like sit down and do all your dice. I didn't know if I would be, honestly. When I designed it and I built it and I put it together, I didn't know if it was going to be just dumb or what, or if it was going to be useful. I didn't know. I mean, had an idea for it. So now that I have sat here and done this, if I was going to sit down and sticker an entire set, this is what I would want to use. Look at that. This is the sticker I pulled off earlier. That was the wrong one, but now it's on the right one. So now I'm going to make sure. You can't see the middle of that. Let's pull it off. Is this the Haxon Brood Droid? It is. Okay. Put it right back. Exactly the way it was. Now I'm going to skip one. You're not going to skip one. These are my personal dice, and so I use the less than pretty printouts. I mean, all the stickers are perfect, but, well, not all the stickers are perfect, that's the point. But these stickers, I admit, theirs are miscut. Now, when you get yours from me, that you're not going to have these miscuts. I'm using these stickers specifically for myself because I had miscuts there, and I don't care if they show up ugly because I made them. So I'm going to skip. You're not going to have anything like this to skip, but I am skipping this die for right now. I've already printed out the replacements, and everything's good. I just need to go upstairs and grab them. I will do those with the 1 tool once this is over. There's my 4 Haxon Brood Droid dice. This is my steel whatever your guy is die. Probably learn all these names at some point. It's just you spend time with it, and eventually it's all done. Just flabbergasted how well these came out. I'm just super excited. I found this particular paper. It was a little delayed because I ran through the first. I found this paper, I tested it, it was amazing. I bought a big bunch of it, and then you guys just bought all my stickers, and I went, oh crap, I gotta get more. And then I ordered a bunch more paper, and I ordered the wrong stuff. So it showed up, and I opened it, and it was matte instead of glossy. And I was very sad, because I just spent a bunch of money, because this is really high-end paper. Just spent a bunch of money on all this paper. But the company was very nice. I messaged them, I let them know what was going on, that I'd made a mistake, and they, not only did they offer to exchange it for me, they sent me a shipping label to mail them their paper, back. I didn't have to I didn't have to pay for it myself. That was awesome. Alright, so we're just doing exactly what we did before. Once you get everything lined up, it's exactly what you did before. The head is we're on the front side, the first side I started with, so the same direction as the ones. Oh, look at that. I almost got cocky and did this one. It's difficult. You got to keep that straight in your mind. All right, let's do this. you can absolutely fast forward this video. This is me sticking a bunch of circles on, rambling about stuff. You are a competent human being who knows how to stick circles on, and I'm just trying to help you avoid some of the issues that I've avoided, or that I've made, not avoided. I didn't avoid any of them. I thought I had, and then I got cocky. Well, I was very excited. I saw that one of the release tournaments, I think it's the one in England, was won by the deck that I didn't build the deck. This guy built the deck. I'm sure he came up with it all on his own. There's no way he just copied something I did. But his idea was the same idea I had of using the K2SO2 with Big Luke. His deck was way more innovative than mine. My deck part of my that I played in the FA release event, FARE, F-A-R-E, was okay. His had some awesome choices. All right, this is the one that's messed up. I'm going to go get that in a little bit. But yours will look like this with that filled in. So now we're going to, just like we did before, we're going to flip it over, and we're going to start. Now we're on side 4, and Politic, and the head is over here. So now we go right here. So head is over there. And this will make sense. After I finish this side, we're going to turn and do 5 and then 6. Always a little sketchy on which direction 5 and 6 go. Well, they go the same direction. But good God, it's hard to remember to do those stuff right. Oh, so back to the deck thing. His deck had such interesting metagame calls. One of the deck that won the release event was Vader and Terran, which I may have to play the deck. Whatever deck I play may have to just always have Terran in it, because my daughter, whose name is Terran, it's not spelled the same way, it's T-A-R Ryan, will murder me if there's a character with her name that I don't play. But anyway, so Terran turns cards. Let me make sure this is, yep, looking good. Haxon Brood Droid. You guys are interesting. So the deck that won the Echo base used, I don't even remember the name. I can't come up with the name of it. Acute? I don't know. It's a 0-cost card. Acute Awareness, maybe? It's a 0-cost card that says if a die was turned on your opponent's last turn, turn that die to any side. And so you've got Terran, who just his power action is mess up your opponent's dice by turning them. And so, you know, Luke, big guy Luke, he's only going to use that when big guy Luke has a good side. He's going to blank it, and then you just play Acute Awareness and turn it to 3. So it's pretty fantastic. There's all sorts of things. Happy Beeps, which was, I actually had Happy Beeps. That's what made me play the thing in my deck. Happy Beeps is amazing. Generate some money, and you, all of a sudden out of nowhere, for 2 resources, you're hitting for 6. It's incredible. Loved it. I did it. I played 4 rounds. I lost the closing end, which, if you've listened to me talk about Destiny anytime recently, I'm sure people are very aware of how much I don't like that closing end exists. I lost to that, and then I lost just barely to Saw at one point with my deck. I'm sure I made misplays in there, but I think the Luke K2SO is actually a solid deck, especially if you build it correctly, which I'm sure I didn't. So some of the other stuff that I've done since Fault of English came out, I don't know, I think I was like a lot of people in that I looked at it and I saw all the cards that are meant to work together, all the detect stuff, all that various stuff going on, and I thought that it was It was an interesting idea, and I was happy that they didn't just play it safe when they designed it, but it felt very insular. It felt like, how is this going to play with all the other cards that have existed all along? And it turns out it plays really well. Like, I'm very pleased with how this has gone. Like, the first deck that I built after Luke K2SO, which didn't use any of these characters, I used Terran and Kragan. And that's a fun deck. Now you don't get to use. This is just poorly cut. There it is. There we go. I got it. Excuse me. You don't get to use Terran's blanking, but you do get to use Kragan to steal money and then use that money to just do 2 damage most of the time, which is pretty awesome. Just activate my guy, deal 2 damage. Is really, really good. Alright, I'm getting close. Oop, not that one. Ooh, I almost bit it. I almost bit it. That's the second time I've done that. See, saw, and then the Stingray thing is next. I think, in retrospect, I should have just done this die in the order. Too close to making mistakes. Peeling stickers. Mind numbing, but still soothing. Oh, I gotta do the one that I forgot. That I tried to do early. So once we get to this point, we're about to open it back up. We're gonna flip the whole thing over so we're looking at the front again, so we know what we're looking at, and then we're gonna we're gonna pull one of these, a die that we either have already done that we know is right, or just pull a die that like a regular original Destiny die, so that we set these up correctly. Because you can see the top is here, so this is side 5, but which direction, twisty-wise, does it go? Alright, so we'll flip it back over. Now we're on. Oop. This is why you want to have the. When you do, it's a little tacky. The vinyl stickers are a little bit tacky, but it doesn't last. That'll go away. I was a little concerned that even after I had them on, they were a little sticky and would stick to stuff. But I've learned in the last couple of days that tackiness goes away. All right, so let's go ahead and pull all of these dice back out. And what we're going to do is line them up so that side 1 is facing me, face up. So we're going to put side 5 is going to be on top. Side 1 is, so this is side 3, so this is side 1. So we're going to turn them, we're going to get all the side 1s up. It's a little meticulous, and again, as long as you just get all the sides on, nobody's going to yell at you for doing it wrong, but I am a bit of a perfectionist. Bit. And I want my stuff to be perfect every time. So we're turning all the sides. That one's slipped away. Alright, now we've got all these sides turned. Now we're going to turn them this way. You can do a lot of these steps multiple at a time, but doing them one at a time for me makes it easier, less prone to making mistakes. So now we're about to roll them in. So I'm going to take this one, and this one, and we're going to go whomp and put them in. So now I've got side 1 facing this direction and side 5 on top. And that's where I want to be. So then I can figure out exactly how that top sticker is supposed to go. So now let's take one that we know. Yeah, we'll go. All right, so that's side 6. The focus is going to be side 1. Let's do it your way. So the focus is side 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go back to side 1, and then look at the top. That's 5, and that's 6. So if you look at it, if this is side 1 and it's facing up, the top of the picture goes to the left, and the symbol goes to the top. So turn it around so that I'm looking at it straight for me so I can do this correctly. Now I've got the sticker. Check here, this is ball of tick. Yep, sides are correct. So now we're gonna stick that in, and then it's just machine gun down and do all 30, 29 for me, 31 for you. Remember, keep pressure on that. Pushing down on the tool as you do it, just to make sure you got a good, everything's tight and set up correctly. Not pushing hard, just putting a little, just enough pressure so it doesn't move around. Let's see. Misstepping. Sure. Yep. So now we're going to go here, and we're doing the next one. It's just a lot of paying attention and making sure that you've got things squared away before you start doing permanent things. Or things that are going to take a lot of effort to fix. Now, if you are one of those people, I don't know why you're watching this far in the video if you are, but if you're one of those people who paid for the concierge service, I'm going to be doing this for you. And you don't have to worry about it. And your dice are going to show up ready to play. Ooh, what? Oh, this is double blank. It's got 2 blank sides. Threw me for a moment. 5 and 6 are blanks. All right. A little bit hunched over here. Riveting stuff, I know. One thing you really need to pay attention to is the tips that I make every time I turn this. Pay attention. Get it right. I mean, you're going to be sticking this many sides on there anyway. You might as well take the effort to get it right. But we're close. Find the edge. Almost did it again. I put the wrong sticker on there because I didn't think to skip that one. I mean, I did eventually. But. This is 93 dice that you're doing. You're doing 36 blue, 31 yellow, 24 red, and 2 gray. And so at 6 sides each, that's what, 600 minus 6 times 7 is 42, so that's 558. Done 558 sides, and that's a lot. Get the sticker here. Yep, it's all correct. Do the last 2 5 sides, and then we're on to the very last one. So we'll figure out the right way that it goes. So, all right, so now we've got 5 sides done. This side 5. So I've got this. We'll look at it this way. Side 5 is here. Side 6 is here. So we've got the top. If you roll it this way, the top is up here. And the top is over there. So if I roll it this way, the top is up here. And the top of side 6 is up there. But I want to oh man, I screwed this up already. Hold on. Where's Politic? Okay. Politic side 5. There we go. I gotta get this in the right order because I go like this. So I know I'm flipping it. Politic side 5. So now I'm gonna rotate it. Top is over here. Top is over here. So when I rotate it, top is over here. Top is over here. So bing, or Politic side 6, top is over here. And then move across. There we go. You can look at the number and see how that's on. And this is it. We're in the home stretch now. Just don't stay vigilant. Don't get lax because you can make a mistake. I don't want your brain wander. Looking good. Look at that. I finished that sheet. All the stickers on that sheet are gone. Look, boop, 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 all gone. That was the first sheet I finished, but it was pretty cool. Alright, let's move on down the road. Alright, now I've got another miscut coming up, like I had to leave that one blank before. So we're going to skip the next one. Skip. That's actually the same die. That sheet is done. It's kind of cool. I'm knocking all the dice out. Now we're on to Babu Frick. Babu Frick. ready for this to be over. Just kind of peeking every time I go. Looking at the sides, making sure everything's right. It is. Stay vigilant. The world needs more vigilance. No, that sounds too correct. I finally remembered not to grab that one. Almost. I'm so close. I've got 5 dice left to do. Aside from the one I have to run upstairs for. Another sheet. Another sheet is down. Boom shakalaka. 3 dice. This is a really cool moment when you take this off and all the dice are done. You have just you've gone from these. I mean, the blank dice look cool by themselves. I think these look a lot like corn, or corn kernels. The yellow ones, anyway. Oh, come on, last die. There we go. And there we go. The last sticker is down. Look at that. All the sheets are done. All right, so this is what we look at. Just take it up. Make sure everything's stuck down as good as it's going to go. Get rid of this. And here we go. Here's all our dice. I don't know, what is this? 52 minutes since I started this. If you've been reading this long, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you, but look, now we have our dice. And they're all just bright. They're all fixed. That's so cool.